That's right, it's that time of the month again, guys, when I go through, read your comments, answer them, have little fun stories, and just have a good time, you know? So, yeah, if you want to be featured in one of these videos, then ask a comment in the comment section below, because I always go back to the comments for the previous month to ask for my next video. Well, Tiger11 says, "Help, I have an Injustice 2 offline tourney coming up on PS4, but I play on Xbox, so I need to be able to use the Xbox controller with the PS4. I have seen some Siege do it. How do I do this?" There's a product out there called the Brooks Converter. There's a bunch of different ones. I actually have the one that goes from PS4 to Xbox One because my stick is not doesn't have the dual PCB or whatever. So that's what I use to play on Xbox. Yeah, you can get one for pretty much any of the last 3 generation consoles like Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4. Just go into Amazon, look up Brooks Converter, and I'll give you a list of all of them. You should be able to find one, no problem. Sorry if I didn't answer this in time for your tournament. I hope it went well, and I hope you had a great time, and thank you for supporting the offline scene. Dit Grayson says, "What are your top 3 NetherRealm video games?" I think for nostalgic purposes, I would have MK2 as number 3, because that's the one I remember playing the most as a kid. It was the first one that I owned on console, and just trying to make it all the way up the ladder was just ridiculously hard, and that's when I fell in love with Baraka, my man. And then number 2 would be Deception. Just the sheer amount of content in that game. The Conquest mode was amazing, and I hope they do something with that again in the future. If you missed out on that game, you can find it somewhere. I think it's for original Xbox and PS3. So if you have those consoles sitting around, definitely check it out. I mean, some of the characters are kind of blah, but it introduced some good ones like Havoc, Lee May. Shujinko was a fucking nightmare. I hope they never do anything like that again. But yeah, and then number 1 would be Mortal Kombat 9. Just a great game, changed my life, got me traveling to tournaments, met so many people. I can't. And then I think Injustice 2 would be an honorable mention because it's probably the most balanced game NRS has ever put together. It's really well done, really nice neutral, really nice gameplay. So gameplay wise, Injustice 2 gets the honorable mention, but for other things, you know, definitely outshine the game. Those would be my top 3. Why do pros not always use optimal combos, even when there is no reason to do otherwise? I have seen it a few times. Part of me wonder if it's for style points, but why do that when there are thousands on the line, in the context of Injustice 2? So the reason for this is a lot of the optimal combos are just quite difficult to land, and or especially in the heat of a moment. So if you're in like the finals of EVO or something like that and you have the game-winning combo, simplifying it a little bit to make sure that you get some damage is way better than trying to do a fancy or like optimal combo and dropping it because of the tough execution. So I would rather get like 450 damage from a somewhat easier combo than like a 505 damage and risk dropping that halfway through, you know? So a lot of the times, you know, you want to play a little bit safer and do a combo that's a little bit easier execution-wise to make sure that you get as much damage as you can while minimizing the risk of dropping your combo. It's fucking Sarah, says Shujinkydink. "Is there any fighting game archetype that you cannot stand? It seems like you tend to play zoning characters like Quan or Pretty Lady, but I rarely see you play grapplers or trap characters." I actually really enjoy trap characters and like setup characters. They're really fun. I'm just not creative enough to really like main them at a high level. Obviously zoning characters are like my number 1 favorite. I love zoners. The whole reason I picked up Firestorm was because I thought he was going to be an underrated zoner, and I ended up just liking his gameplay anyway. I thought the Molten Trap was kind of cool. So I kind of stuck with him there, but you know, zoning is one of my favorite things to do. I just find it so entertaining, and like just the going back and forth between, you know, the cat and mouse of like the anxiety as they get closer and closer to you. Oh, it's addicting. As far as archetypes that I do not like, you're absolutely right. I would never play a grappler. I just do not find it very fun. Do not know why. A lot of the times they have those annoying down, back, forward inputs that I always mess up. So that's part of it. And cancel characters. Cancel characters are another one that I just don't, for whatever reason, I just don't enjoy playing them. So this was taken by my from my video spamming versus zoning. This gentleman says, "Dink, I think you're a good player, but zoning is just an excuse to spam. I'm sorry how people even like it." Hurts my feelings, man. I tried really hard to explain it in the video, and now I feel really bad. Melina Khan says, "Well, now I'm wondering what martial arts you've trained in." I started training when I was 16 in boxing, actually. There's a boxing club that I went to with a buddy of mine, and did that for about a year, I think, something like that. And then I kind of got out of it for a bit, and then I came back and I started training in Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I didn't really get past the belt level because I only trained in no-gi Jiu-Jitsu. I didn't start my gi training for probably about 3 years afterwards. And after that, life just got too busy and I kind of ditched that. So if rolling in a gi, I'm just terrible at. I'm so susceptible to my neck getting attacked and some weird shit. But no gi, I'm quite good at. I have very good side control. It's a lot of fun. That's definitely, and I'm not super serious at all anymore. But if I would go out and roll again, I would definitely do the no gi route. Are there any tournaments in Australia for Injustice? There is. They have a major one every year. Can't remember what it's called. Can't remember. Where's Oates? Oates. Where are you? Oates. You're from Australia? Help this man out. We need to find Oates, guys. Oates. Someone summon him, please. What's your proudest moment? Says Cody Girl. She looks familiar. Well, I think the obvious answer is becoming a dad. And I feel like that creates proud moments almost every day. Seeing your son or your child, achieving different things in their life makes you proud, and you feel like that's an accomplishment of your own. Proudest moment for me, as far as gaming wise would go, probably winning Canada Cup back in 2012, I think. It wasn't a huge tournament by any means, but it was the first tournament that I think I ever won. And I still have my trophy for it. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. Yeah, this is it right here. Mortal Kombat Champion, Canada Cup 2012. It's a little dusty, but very proud of this guy. First big trophy that I ever won. And it came with a medal and stuff too, so I had the tournament stolen away from me from Justin Wong the year before, so it was like payback time trying to, win the next tournament. So yeah, I was pretty proud. Why did the Scarecrow get a promotion? Because he was outstanding in his field. What do you call a waffle you dropped on the beach? San Diego. What do you call a chicken staring at lettuce? Chicken sees a salad. What's your strength and weaknesses? Love your videos, Dink. You inspire me to do a lot of things I want to do in life. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that, Stu Kid Norwood. Definite strength is keeping my composure in tournaments. I win a lot of my matches from just sheer tournament experience alone, especially early on. Keeping it together and being patient, kind of letting my opponent hang themselves a little bit more. My weakness, though, would be very clutch end game. A lot of the times in really hype spots, once I get out of pools, top 32, top 64, that kind of thing. If I get in a situation where it's down to the last read, I usually crumble first. And it's hard to work on something like that. If you have similar issues like that, you just need to put yourself in that situation more and more and more. If there's online tournaments, enter as many online tournaments as you can, just put yourself in that position. Playing sets with friends, I've talked about this before too, but don't quit out if you feel like you're losing the game. Just strive for that comeback and just give yourself that, that clutch factor and really focus on building it. So that's something I'm really working on towards now. So hopefully I can master it sometime soon before I age out of this whole thing. And that's it, guys. That's it for this episode of Reading Your Comments. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, leave a comment below if you want me to see if I can answer it, next month. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe because we make new videos every single day. #Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.